Hello, good day. Yes, in this fraction class, what we'll be looking at here is how to, find the general formula or form of the solution of a quadratic equations by the method of completing the square. If you look at this, quadratic equation is of this form: ax squared plus bx plus c usually must be equal to 0. Okay. That makes it a quadratic equation. In that case, you have a graph cut across the curve across it. We have two solution, one negative, one what? Positive here. Okay. So we're going to use the completing the square by doing that. First thing to do here is, once you are given something quadratic equation of this nature, ensure that this constant term is moved to the right hand side. So in that case, this become ax squared plus bx. This is plus, as it's moving to this side become negative, because 0 minus c, that gives us a negative c. Then that's the first thing to do here. The next thing is to ensure that whatever number that is attached to s squared, we have to remove it, and that can only be done by dividing through by the coefficient of s squared. So divide everything through by what? By a. If that is done, this expression will become s squared plus b over a x is equal to minus c over a. So the next step is we shift our attention to the coefficient of x. A coefficient simply means a number that multiply an unknown. Now, if you look at x here, now the number that multiply x here is b over a. So we're going to look for the coefficient of this s. We're going to find half of it. Okay, or divide into two equal parts. We're going to look for half of it. That is the average of the coefficient of x. So we square it and add it to both sides. So let's first of all find half of the coefficient of x. Half means half times the coefficient of x, which is b over a, and that will give you what? B over 2a. 1 times b is b, 2 times a is 2a. So this term we obtain here now, we're going to add it to both sides. We square it first. B over a x plus b over 2a. Go to square it. We're going to add it to both sides. So here we add it to b over 2a. We'll square it. Add it to both sides. Okay. Now, one thing that is very peculiar here is this. This expression we are seeing here, s squared plus b over ax plus b over 2a all square, can simply be arranged in a very simple manner as you pick one of this one, just pick one x here, then you pick what of the term here, just pick b over 2a, put them into an expression and put a square. What it simply means that this expression now, s plus b over 2a, if we take time, okay, for our patience and take time to expand it, this is what it's going to give us. So we will do that anyway, but let's look at this side now. So this expression here will become, if we use this square here on b, become b square. If we use this square here on 2a, that would be 2a times 2a. That is the meaning of it. 2 times 2 is 4. Then a times a is what? A squared. Minus c over a. Like I told you the other time, I said, let's first of all, let's treat this so that whether it is going to give us this term. Okay? So if I go to expand this, it's going to be x plus b over 2a multiply x plus b over 2a. So we're going to look at this. We'll link this one with this. We'll also link it with this. We'll link this with this. We'll also link it with this, with multiplication sign. So x multiply s, that gives s squared. X times b over 2a, that gives us bs over 2a plus b over 2a multiply s is going to give us the same thing, bx over 2a. Then b over 2a multiply b over 2a is going to be b over 2a all squared. That is the meaning. So let's see that this one, since the two terms here are the same here, this one we can say this one is 2bs over 2a. So that 2 cancel 2. Here we have a b over 2a all squared. So what is simply mean here? Bx over a. Are you seeing it? So you see that they are the same. So we are not trying to exaggerate fact. So once you arrive at this place in a using completing the square, you just pick one of these x, pick the last whatever thing you have here. If it is negative, always put the negative here. If there's negative inside, put the negative here as well. So first of all, now let's deal with the right answer here. Let's find the LCM of 4a squared and a. The LCM is 4a squared. Okay, so now 4a squared divide 4a squared. What will be left here is just b squared. Okay, 4a squared divide 4a squared. When you are dealing with fractions, once you get the LCM, use the LCM to divide the denominator of the first one here. Whatever result obtained, you use it to multiply the numerator. Okay, so because this divide this is simply 1 times b squared, that's why we obtain b squared. Now let's look at this. 4a squared divide a. 4a squared divide a. What will really result is just 4a. Okay, so the 4a here to multiply c. See, there's negative here, this one minus 4ac. So that is for the right hand side. So the left hand side here, we don't need to bother ourselves first. About 2a or square. Now we are trying to make s subject to the formula, so that means we have to remove this square and also move this plus b over 2a to the right hand side. What we need to do here is to do that efficiently is to take the square root of both sides. But when we are taking the square root of both sides, because of the fact that in a quadratic equation, the highest power of the unknown here is 2. So we're going to obtain 2 results. So we're going to have, from the graph here, we're going to have one that is negative and one that is positive. In that case, here we put plus or minus first. We put the square root and we'll cover all the term here. So the square root here takes care of the square here. So this becomes x plus b over 2a. So is equals to plus or minus the square root now of the square root of the numerator, b squared minus 4ac. Then if I are dealing with the square root of 4a squared, the square root of 4 is 2 and the square root of a squared is just a. So it turns out that here, let's move this one to the right hand side. This is positive as it's coming to the right hand side, become minus b over what? 2a plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divide 2a. Okay? Divides 2a. Now you're also aware that if I have a fraction, if I say 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2, I can say it's 1 plus 1 divided by 2 because the denominator are what? They are the same. So here in the same vein here, we will also come and say that x now is equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. You know, the very long division sign here over 2a. So this is the value of x. So sometimes you can also write that x is equals to minus b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divide 2a, or simply minus b minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divide over 2a. The line here must cover this. This minus b is also part of it, must cover everything. So these are the root for x using completing the square. If you find this video very useful, please let me like, share, subscribe, comments, and also follow my Facebook page. See you in my next partial class.